Oh, hey, didn't see you there. This episode is brought to you by DJ Keepo. DJ Keepo handles all things like weddings, quinceañeras, anniversaries, and graduations. He's good at what he does, keeps the party going, and hit him up on IG, TikTok at DJ Keepo 806. Once again, that's DJ Keepo 806. Oh, you're still here? This episode is brought to you by Tigre Burrito, located at 720 Highway 62 in Wolford, Texas. They're open Tuesday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. They specialize in breakfast and lunch burritos. They've also got some plates. Tell them JP Lopez sent you. But breakfast burritos are pretty fucking huge, so you better bring a big appetite. They're the shit.
Can you hear yourself?
Yeah.
Can you touch yourself?
You want to touch me?
Can we?
when their hands go underneath the table, you know.
Play footsies over here.
Yeah, just give me a real quick reach around, man.
Dude, I was watching your podcast and I could swear House's dick was out.
Well, JP was touching it.
All it took was a knee touch.
Well, we used to date back in high school.
Well, I just thought about those making out sessions at the park, man.
You gotta read the comments to the podcast and be like, what is that thump I keep hearing?
Little thumpity thumps.
God damn, House, what you packing?
Did you smuggle in a mule?
God damn, did you borrow that from Granddad?
Oh, man.
You remember those old, like, shitty stadiums where, what was one of them? I know
Wrigley Field.
Canyon was one where you have to piss in a trough.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, when you're not used to pissing with 50 other guys, you're just like...
Just look up. Just look
I
up.
remember I used to walking in the Chapman Field and see
dude.
Sugar Bear, Bass, and Dave taking a shit all next to each other in those
Right,
toilets
yeah.
that had no
Yeah,
stalls.
Yeah,
Just
those
wide open.
Those three shitters, when you were like a sophomore coming in, they were so fucking
Intimidating.
horrible. Like, it was like a horror movie. Senior year, you're like, hey, man, give me that paper over
Yeah,
there.
fuck, man.
That newspaper.
I remember, you may remember, we scrimmaged Hereford one year.
I was
up
about to
there
bring this up, man.
in Hereford. And we go up there, everybody's got a shit before the game, right? Well, the toilets broke. They have like one toilet. And I swear to God, by the end of it, shit was peeking above the seat.
It was just a mountain, dude. There's like
a
10
mountain
guys that
shit.
shit on that toilet.
And I swear to God, the custodian probably quit that very day.
It's all right,
Fuck
man.
this shit. They probably thought that we were like, our plan was to shit and fill that motherfucker up. And
It was full.
It's okay. Jose will clean it.
Like
It's okay.
motherfuckers, they weren't even sitting on the toilet. They had to freaking hover
Yeah, she had
over
to
it.
hover because the shit pile would poke you in the ass.
They were shitting like they were in China.
Oh, yeah.
Except for that motherfucker didn't go away. Just stayed right
They just
there.
kept stacking up.
I would have shit on the floor. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't think about that.
Oh, man, it was awful.
I'd have shit in the corner of the showers.
At least you could smooch it down the drain.
What's JP over there showering? No, he's shitting.
I just leave that log right there. Fuck Hereford.
Hereford heifers my ass.
Does JP shower before the game? No, he's taking a shit. Butt ass naked.
He looked like he was all doing sumo practice.
One leg left.
And the shower just hitting him. His fucking hair is all going all over the place.
Why does his feet stink? Like shit. Is that his athlete's foot?
There's nothing athletic happening over here.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Hey, welcome to the show.
Oh, man, glad to be here.
That's a hell of a start, man.
Happy to be here.
God dang. Fuck, dude. I've had a hell of a week, man.
Yeah.
I know you have.
Oh, it's, yeah.
So you work 24 on and then,
24 on, 48 off.
and that's your schedule?
Yeah, it never changes.
Fuck, you work a lot of weekends then, huh?
Yeah, I work basically 2 out of 3 weekends.
Damn.
So, and it just stays on that cycle.
Fuck that.
But
I mean, I
some
work
nights,
weekends too, but not fucking all of them.
Yeah.
some nights it's getting paid to sleep. So
Are there nights where you don't get calls?
Oh, yeah.
For real?
Yeah. It's pretty regular.
But I figure y'all get called for...
Well, we do. Like, we go on everything.
Yeah, because y'all... I work at the EOC, right?
Yeah.
And then they'll call us and say, we got live lines on trees.
Yeah.
And
And
then
then we're
fucking-
going.
And then we get there and y'all are there and it's fucking internet cable.
Oh,
Live lines on trees.
It's the thing. Like, we go, but we can't do anything
And
until,
it's 2 a.m.
until the power's shut off. So we're just there sitting
Waiting.
till LP&L or whoever gets there. They're never in a hurry.
Crickets.
they're like, I got 45 minutes to get there.
Fireman will watch it till we get there.
I heard the perimeter is secured.
Well, if it's in the east side, you're going to wait a while.
Yeah.
Shit. Anywho, y'all ready to start the show?
let's roll it, man.
Do it.
Ready to rock and roll?
Let's go.
Okay, well, fuck, let's do it.
John Eric. Media.
Well, that didn't fucking work, right? I wonder what's going on with this. All right. Give me one more second.
John Eric. Media.
Okay, here we go.
All you ladies, pull your chi-chis out. This is the JP Lopez Show. Also, if you're a transgender, pull your pecker out. This is the JP Lopez Show.
Country boys can't survive.
You're still here.
Thank you for tuning back into the JP Lopez Show, man. What's going on, brother?
Man,
I got a first timer in the fucking in the building.
love it.
Yeah.
That's why I sat next to him so I could pop his cherry.
And he's going to be stroking him here in a little bit.
Hymen breakers.
You're gonna break your hymen.
Hey, show me where it's at. I haven't had one of those in a while.
Everybody's Googling, what's a hymen?
Is that in the back of your throat? Not the Heimlich.
Oh, shoot.
Oh man, I got the houses in the studio, man.
What's up, man?
Man,
Oh, glad to be here.
we've been planning this, so I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
today.
2/3 of the house boys. The other one's not here.
I know.
I was a little nervous last night because I had some issues at the fire station. It kept me up all night.
Hey, he needed a 50 nickel again.
How'd that story go over?
Oh, man. Just one of them nights, man.
Did you find the termite? You don't get that reference?
termite?
Yeah. So in the thrifty, it was a thrifty nickel, right?
Oh, yeah.
You would find they would print a little termite,
I don't-
like hidden in the thrifty nickel.
I guess I knew that.
Yeah, yeah, and then you'd always have to flip through the pages and find it.
Really?
That's why I always wanted the thrifty nickel, because I didn't care about the bullshit they were selling.
Well, it was a lifesaver that night. Termites or not.
So was Big House's tire. That was a lifesaver too.
It boggles my mind that it was still on there like 2 years, 3 years later when he
Yeah,
sold it.
it was a lot longer when I sold it, and then the freaking was still dried up
It's
on
like
there.
petrified.
When he sold it, he said it's got sentimental value.
Don't make a little extra cash. It's special.
It's special.
It's been personally
Hey, man,
endorsed.
I tried to wipe my ass with Clorox wipes one time.
Oh fuck!
That shit burns, dude. I was hunting one day, and Dave was there. Me and Carl were hunting, and I started to piss, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I tried to squeeze a fart out, and it wasn't a fart, but all I had was some Clorox wipes. Ooh, burned my asshole up, man.
You do know you have to let those evaporate before you start wiping it on your ass.
I don't know. My ass smelled like lemon scent though.
He didn't even wring out the juice. He just went to wipe it.
Hey, I was in a hurry, man. The sun was coming up. I had to get to my deer blind, man. I had to walk quick.
Touch the hemorrhoid. It's like,
You wipe your ass and bleach your asshole at the same time.
he still got that Playboy.
Hey, man, it smelled nice and lemony after that.
You fucked up the deer scent, man.
No shit.
You were better off just wiping your ass with your hand.
Well, probably.
The deer was like, smells like shitty lemons out here.
I ain't going his fucking feeder.
That fucking deer was like, it smells like citrus over here.
That's probably why I never killed a deer.
Yeah.
They're all looking at you for not today.
That's right.
You came back with no ammo too, motherfucker.
A couple times, yeah.
And also from his gun. Cleared out all the clips.
I got rid of all my 30-aughts.
Oh, hell.
Oh, man. So what's been going on, bro?
Just working, man.
Yeah.
Just hanging out. That's it.
I got to give it to your girl's ice cream, the
Yeah.
Delights.
Yeah, man.
That shit was delicious.
That's
man.
good shit,
It was
man.
good
She loved
shit.
y'all, man. She, her and her mom were talking about you, and they were like, he's got the best laugh ever.
Oh, shit.
And her mom's like, I can listen to him laugh all day. And I said, well, he's got a podcast you can listen to. You might not like the shit he talks about, but you're going to hear him laugh a lot.
What's a rimmer?
Mom, earmuffs.
See if you could just edit it down, just him laughing.
Hey, you should put that as your greatest hits.
Just laughs. And rim jobs.
But she thought you were awesome, man.
Oh, dude.
And she's going to love hearing that you liked it.
Yeah, it was delicious, and I'm kind of pissed that she didn't let me pay, but, I'll get her next time.
Well, I always
I'm going to have
slip,
to sneak some
I'll slip
cash
some
in that
cash
tip
into
jar.
her tip jar all the time.
Dude, it legit, I'm not saying that because you're here, because me and the wife left, and we were like, man, this shit's fucking good.
Yeah, it's just freaking healthy, soft serve ice cream, man.
And it's sugar-free, right?
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
It's like real low calorie.
Yeah, it's good.
And, man, the only thing that adds the calories if you add toppings to it. So you don't have to add toppings. And she's got healthy toppings, too, that are no sugar.
I was going to put it on my nipples.
I damn sure would lick it up.
And we get to lick that shit.
That reminded me of this one time.
It wasn't even band camp.
It's just Friday.
Yeah, it was a Friday afternoon in the Suburban. There was smoke flowing. There was cold beers in the console, or hot beers in the console.
I don't. Do you? I guess you were here when I told him that, though. It was a Friday morning, and I loved being in the Suburban because it smoked.
Yeah.
And it was so shitty.
God.
And the shittier the better if it's with me. So I wanted to be in that fucker, and we went to Chapman, right? It was Chapman.
Yeah.
Fucking drinking hot ass beers and shit. He's like, "You want a beer?" I was like, "Fuck yeah!" He gives me this hot fucking beer. I was like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "Drink it." I'm like, I mean, I am, but fuck.
Someone's gonna like
What are you
it.
fucking German?
Hey, man, I learned those beers I gave you the other night were pretty damn cold, weren't
Oh
they?
fuck yeah, they were.
Yeah, good.
Good beer. I mean, like the shittiest beer tastes good cold, ice cold.
Cold.
Remember,
Three.
remember when I
Yeah.
almost killed you in Bass in the Suburban
Yeah.
that one morning?
Yeah, I did.
Tell them that.
It was Friday class, right?
Yeah.
So it was fuck off classes,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and we always were at Chapman first thing in the morning for whatever that was.
Sports activities.
Yeah, pissing off the coaches pretty much.
I lived at Chapman on Fridays, even though I had no classes there.
So we're like, we want to go to Burger King and get a sandwich for breakfast. That was kind of like our thing. And he didn't want to because we were already kind of running late. We were like, come on, man, just no, motherfuckers.
You were running late for Friday class, knowing damn well the coaches didn't give two shits.
Yeah.
There was a reason I had to get back for something. I don't
So we're
fucking
just
remember.
on his ass, like, dude, just go, man. We want to get a breakfast sandwich. And he finally is like, all right, motherfuckers, I'll show you. And he's in the far right lane of traffic going west on 19th Street, and just, I don't even think he looked, just
I didn't
whips
look.
across all lanes of traffic, even oncoming traffic, nearly rolls the damn Suburban and into the Burger King parking lot. He's like, here, motherfuckers.
Hey, nobody saw. There was so much
I
smoke
was like,
blowing.
maybe I don't
Nobody
want
saw
one
me.
now.
I thought you were the house brother, not the Duke's brothers. What the fuck?
I remember one time we went golfing.
Oh,
And you
Oh,
almost
fuck,
killed
I forgot
him.
about that, man. I fucking forgot about that. Hey,
threw him out of the golf cart.
dude,
Oh, you flipped that motherfucker.
this son of a bitch. We're hauling ass. It's me, Dave, Sugar Bear, and a couple other people we used to work with the hospital.
Oh,
golfing,
dude, I forgot about that.
drinking beer.
Thank you
and
for bringing that up.
I'm in the passenger seat of the golf cart, and he's hauling ass, and I'm like, dude, you need to slow down. And he's like, fuck this, and he's turning crazy. And I tried to step, and I step on the ground, and I go rolling out. And he fucking runs me over, like it runs my legs over. And I'm laying there, and I'm like, my legs broke. And I said, I'm never coming to fucking golf again.
I was legitimately, like, for a fraction of a second scared that he was really hurt. And then when I saw he wasn't, I could not compose myself.
Oh, no, he couldn't stop laughing. I almost ran over him because I was behind him.
I never-
had a fucking
hey.
beer away, too.
I never went to a golf course after that, man. I was done. I just bought new clubs and everything. I was retired.
What I want to know is, what made you think your foot was gonna stop the cart? Dude,
I don't
Nothing,
fucking
bro,
know,
dude.
man. I don't know.
Fred Flintstone, that motherfucker.
And pretty much.
Dude, it was like, all right, they grabbed him and just threw him out of the fucking golf cart, bro. That's
And I was
all
so
it-
pissed. Like, I tried to be
was
pissed,
so
but it was
mad.
it was funny, and I was hurting. I didn't know what to think.
Like,
man.
couldn't see the rest of the day. I was crying. I was laughing so hard.
Did you feel light as a feather?
Shit, no, man. It happened so quick. I didn't know what was
But
going
it
on.
looked like it was in slow motion.
God dang.
Oh,
I
man.
forgot
Oh, that
about that, man.
motherfucker came out bombs away, man.
Dude, I forgot about that too, man. Thank you for bringing that up.
Good one, Sugar Bear. That's a good one, man. God dang. God dang, man. Fuck me. I'm always the asshole, man. Get
Middle
fucked
of
up.
fairway,
You are an
Meadowbrook.
asshole.
God dang.
We'd be at lunch in the drive-thru, and that fucking Suburban would be smoking, dude. And I loved
awful.
it. And he was so embarrassed. So, man, my fucking dad put no smoke in this bitch.
Just made it worse.
That thing had some hard miles on it.
It did, dude.
Everything about it.
Had some hard shit on it, too.
they don't build shit to last no more like that.
No, man. It was a 89 Suburban, had like 300,000 miles on it.
It still would probably run right now.
Yeah.
There's no telling.
Dude, I have dreams that I still own it, man, all the time. It's crazy.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
That's deja vu all over
Have,
again.
have y'all heard? There's this limo bus in town, and like people on Facebook have been shitting on it, dude. Like shitting on it. It's like this big black city bus type of bus, or no, like a tour bus kind of. No AC, got a window unit on it. The whole side is like fucking wrecked to shit and smashed in, and it's still showing up to like
Oh, shit.
to like venues that you've hired it for, and from what I hear, it's never on time.
It's like
It's just all around sucks, man. And he's like putting these luxury pictures on his Facebook and his website of what you're gonna rent, and then he shows up in
so
that
you
bitch.
just
It was a hunk of shit.
bamboozles you, huh?
Oh, the
And
art
I'm
of
like-
scamming.
And I'm like, well, like, if you see it, why do you pay for it? But he charges you up front, and then he shows up in that piece of shit.
That's
Like,
actually kind of funny
I'd
because
be pissed off, man.
those assholes probably deserve it.
I used to. I don't know if you can now, but you could used to rent city buses for parties. Did a bachelor party
Yeah.
one of those
I
years ago.
doubt you could do that now.
And they took us all at like Midnight Rodeo and went to the titty bars and stuff.
and you couldn't drink in it though,
Yeah,
right?
we could. Yeah, we had a keg on it. It was pretty awesome, but I don't know if they do that anymore.
I know back when I was, there was been a few times where I've been in a bus that was shuttling us from like you're saying, and I can't remember if you could or couldn't drink on it.
This was back 2001, 2002, I think.
Yeah,
But
that's about the years that.
The bus driver was cool, so I guess it's when we had a keg on it, but I didn't know if it was actually legal.
He's like, just pass me a beer every so often.
Yeah.
I
1 an hour. I don't want to get. I don't want to do two.
I got loaded up in that city bus and I'm sure I've told this story already. And my buddy, it's at Graham's, and they're like, "Hey, we gotta go. The bus is taking us to the depot." I'm like, all right. So I'm getting in the city bus, and as I'm getting in the city bus, my buddies are fighting, like behind me, and I'm like, "Oh shit! I didn't notice they were fighting." So I'm starting to like push that door open, and it won't open. So I just go to kicking it, dude.
Oh,
kicking the shit out of it. And the bus driver goes outside in front of the door, and he's telling me like, "Stop, stop, stop, stop." I'm like, well, "Open the door." And he's like, "Stop, stop." I kick that shit. That thing goes boom, like the movies, bro. Like boom, it opens. I run out, and I grab the first person that's swinging on my buddies, and I grab him by his arm, and I just swing him like we're kids in the like merry-go-round or in the fucking park and shit, and I just swing him around, and I let him go, and he lands into the hot dog cart. There was a dude selling hot dogs there, and the whole cart flips over.
Oh, shit.
And he's like, "What the fuck?"
He was covered in wieners, huh?
So anyways, they break up the fight. We all get in the bus, and we're driving down the loop, and that fucking bus door just it's just flapping in the wind.
I told you to open that motherfucker.
Oh God,
Yeah. Anywho,
that's
man.
hilarious.
So let's just get into it. Did y'all ever have any stinky kids in your class in
Yes.
elementary?
Yes,
You did.
100%.
Well, at Cavasso's, the only stinky kids, well, I can't say only, but you can always guarantee the 3 white kids that were there, they're going to be stinky little motherfuckers.
Racist.
Whatever the poor white kids that live in the hood, man.
We had a kid that man, he was you know, I'm big now, but I wasn't a big kid, and he was a pretty big dude, big kid. And man, dude, he fucking stunk. And not like body odor, like fucking shit. And I remember the teacher would always send him out to go to deliver paperwork or send a note to somebody just so he can spray the room with
gosh.
air freshener, dude.
Embarrassing, man.
Dude,
That's so
but
bad.
he would never do it in front of him, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I was like, man, this kid, like, what the fuck is this kid's problem, man? I never figured out what he had going on at home, but I'm pretty sure his situation wasn't
Oh, it
good.
can't be.
Hell no.
Can't be.
And then we had a girl that would smell like gas,
Like gasoline.
like gasoline. And we had a 6th grade teacher that was a fucking dickhead, dude. Like a fucking complete asshole. And I guess he got tired of it, and he asked her to come up to the front of the class. And he was like, so-and-so, do you have a lawnmower in your house? And she's like, no, why? He's like, because you fucking smell like gas.
Ah, damn.
That's pretty fucked up, man.
He
Call
was
her
a
out in front
dick,
of everybody.
bro. He
But you
was
know
a
what,
fucking
man?
dick.
It was the 80s, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the kid, and he smelled like piss all the time. It was always piss.
And like piss.
Like, yes. Like he was wearing
Like 4
clothes. he
days of it,
Pissed
yeah.
in. And it's funny, too, because, like, he'd always want to fight me.
Dude, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, pissy ass
So-
little boy.
Like, one,
So,
and so one
Dad,
day he
why
came,
didn't you change your underwear?
What do you mean, man? I know who he's talking
Yeah,
about.
you know what I'm talking about. Like, one day they came over, him and his brother came over to the house because he was looking to fight me. And I was like, all right, dude. So we go out front yard. It was actually the neighbor's yard. And
You'd have won easy.
Well,
Just turn your water hose on.
yeah,
Didn't you end up beating both of them up that day?
I don't remember, but I hit him. He goes down. He's like screaming, hollering, like, get back up. He hit it, goes down again. Then he's just laying on the ground, rolling around.
In front of your house?
Yeah, in the neighbor's
Your
yard.
dad-
Actually,
Your dad's outside watching it?
he probably was. I don't know. Kick him again.
Beat his ass,
So-
David.
That's what he would say.
So I'm like, all right, man, are we good? Are we good? He's like, hell no. I'm like, well, then get up. He's like, I'm not getting up. So I'm like, all right, I'll get down there with you. So I get down on my knees and just start Just unloading on him.
I thought he was gonna do some Brazilian jiu-jitsu or something.
I remember the next day,
Ass whipping.
me and Dave were out in the front yard. We're playing basketball, and we're wearing our basketball jerseys. I had the old Charlotte Hornets Larry Johnson jersey on, and he's wearing, I don't remember, it's like a Houston Rockets Olajuwon
I don't
jersey.
know.
And that kid come down there wanting to fight again, and you like rip your jersey off all free with, you had like a wife beater on, and you start whipping his ass again.
How badass were jerseys back in the day?
Dude,
Dude, they were awesome, man.
like if you didn't have one,
Exactly.
you were not on our level.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Were you a 44?
No.
42?
God, I don't remember.
I was 48.
Maybe a 44.
I was bigger than that.
Maybe a 44.
Yeah, I remember being a 44, and I had a fuck ton of them. And my favorite team growing up was the New York Knicks, and I had a Ewing jersey that I never wore. I had it hung up in my room like a poster. And they're like, "Why don't you ever wear that?" I was like, "No, I'll never wear that one," because I was a diehard Knicks
That's
fan.
what I did with the Dan Marino jersey. If I didn't wear it, I'd just hang it up. Or Zach Thomas, when he was with the Dolphins,
Yeah.
I hang them up on the walls.
What do you think about the season this year? So
Looking
far?
good, man.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. We were just talking about it. Hoping to get a Cowboys-Dolphins Super Bowl, man.
They're gonna get a Cowboys whipping up on the Dolphins on Christmas Eve.
Right.
Thanks.
They play Christmas Eve?
Yeah.
Yeah, in Miami.
The Fighting Baker Mayfields are 2-0, man.
I already figured the more I hate them, the more they'll win. So I'll just keep this same momentum. Fucking keep hating the
I
fuck
was
out of
I
them.
was
Yeah.
watching some highlights of Tampa Bay that day, and I said, I wonder what JP thinks about Baker Mayfield on
I
his team.
hate that motherfucker.
I know you do.
He's all
I-
cheerful. Yes.
I damn near became a fan of someone else, man. Because I hate that dude. I thought it was a meme. I really did. I thought it was a meme that said like Baker to the Bucks, and I was like, that's not a funny fucking meme. And then it was he went to the Bucks. I was like, motherfucker.
But hey, man, he's doing good so far.
so far
So far.
But who have they
weeks.
played? Who have they played though?
Evans is injured
Minnesota
now, right?
and
Is he?
for real?
Evans. Yeah.
Mike Evans?
And Mike Evans had a
He
big
got
ass
he
game
got
yesterday.
he got injured late in the game.
Oh, he did.
I guess I didn't see that. Did you
I didn't
see Mahomes' contract?
Yeah. He restructured.
Dude, that's
Fucking
insane.
A, dude.
You're going to get 210 over the next 4
210
years.
guaranteed, man. It's actually 3 years because it says 4 years, but it says 23 to 26.
But he's
So-
worth every penny.
But here's the deal. He's getting all that money, but look who his fucking receivers are. He ain't got no receivers.
Maybe that's why they restructured it so they
Yeah,
can.
because all of it is guarantee bonus money, so it
Yeah.
doesn't take a big hit on the salary cap.
dude, that's like generational wealth, though, man.
Oh,
That's like your
And then,
kids'
and then
kids.
he's got
are-
his
well,
own.
I think
his
he
own
had it
brand
even
coming
before
out, too.
today. I mean, with his shoe deal and
So,
all his endorsements he does.
I heard that this is a rumor. I don't know if it's true, but like Adidas is going to make a Pat Mahomes line,
I wouldn't. They should. They should.
and when in doing that, Tech is going to be the Pat Mahomes.
Really.
So we're dropping Under Armour and
Really?
going to that.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's going to be huge.
yeah. And I think that's going to be good for basketball.
Yeah.
Because as stupid as it sounds, kids will make a fucking decision based on the apparel. Like,
Exactly.
I don't want to play in Steph Curry's. I don't want to go to Tech.
Yeah.
That's what.
Did you ever think like a Texas Tech football player would be the number one star in the all
face of the
sports, pretty
NFL.
much?
No,
All
I never
sports,
did.
pretty much, man.
If
Number
anyone,
one selling jersey.
in my
and
mind,
everything.
if anyone had a shot at it, it would have been Crabtree. I would have never thought Pat Mahomes would be
Yeah.
what he is
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I knew Pat Mahomes was going to be a legitimate star, but I didn't think he was going to be
The star.
The
Yeah.
star.
Yeah.
Like he's the face of the NFL, pretty
Yeah.
much. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
And I'm happy he don't fuck it up.
He's,
Yeah.
Maybe his
he's
wife
humble
and his
about
Well,
it,
brother
he's-
will fuck it up, but
Yeah, his
Yeah,
brother's
they
fucking
will.
up
He
doing
won't.
stupid shit for him.
but
Yeah, they probably keep stuff on hush too. Like he's not doing it on camera.
like fucking other bitches.
Or dudes.
It's the unspoken hush.
you know that's a thing in the NFL. It's got to be.
If
Do
she
you
would,
want to live in this big giant house and have my babies? Hush.
Yeah.
then shut the fuck up.
Yep.
You go out there and fuck other bitches, baby.
I'll be right here.
Bring it home $210 million.
No
Shut
shit.
your mouth.
Did y'all see his fucking new house? Dude, it's fucking ridiculous.
I can't
Imagine.
What has it got? 3 hole?
It has one hole.
It's a one hole?
But it has like an actual golf hole where you have to pull out your fucking irons and
No shit.
And then he has his own lake on his property. It's man-made,
That's
but
badass.
he has his own lake. Big ass house. He has a football field and a basketball court, and he had something else.
think it's-
Bowling alley,
Why not?
I think it's an ice skating ring, too.
a bunker. A bunker. He got aliens as butlers.
Shit, I just go be a groundskeeper.
Hell yeah, make $1 million doing that.
Like, fuck that noise, man. I mean, I would love to have that kind of money, but fuck, man. Like I said, your kids' kids are fucking.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it is generational wealth.
What did I see? I think Canelo. So his whole boxing career, entire boxing career, I think he's only made like 300 mil.
Really?
And you're making that in 3 fucking years, dude.
That's crazy.
Yeah, your whole life to be a 300 mil, and then Mahomes is like, shit that.
I had that for breakfast this morning.
So let me ask you: we're young boys, right? And we find porn like it's the shit for us, right?
It was
Like,
easy to
it's-
find at our house with my dad.
Dude, I was gonna say that. Like, porn was not a anomaly to us because
It wasn't so taboo.
my dad had probably in the upwards of 1,000 nudie magazines.
Damn.
He had like a subscription for all the Playboys and the Hustler magazines.
So I mean,
Which one did you like, Betty?
Hustler,
But-
dude, it was more hardcore, dude.
But that's what I was gonna ask. Was it just like because I remember Hustler, seeing a Hustler, and it was considered hardcore, but it wasn't like some porn magazines that
Yeah.
were like.
but at that time,
But what I'm asking is, did he have those raunchy ass?
oh, dude, he had it all.
Yeah.
I mean, he literally had a shelf that was probably 2 foot wide and 6 foot long,
Completely full
2
of the
foot
top.
tall, full of
Nothing but nudie
magazines.
magazines.
He didn't care if y'all looked at him, or he
Well,
did.
I mean, they were.
I know you would sneak him, but did he care?
Yeah. Oh, that
They
bitch.
tried. They were like, "Hey, don't be getting in there."
Yeah.
Like, really?
You got freaking 13-year-old boys living in this house. What the hell?
I mean, I remember we'd drive to Easy Mart down the road at 34th and
They were all right there by the
whatever,
door.
right there by Coronado, every month, and he'd go in there and buy the new monthly magazine.
They were all in the plastic, all
Yeah.
right there by the door.
Yeah.
It would,
They don't sell those things.
no, they don't
anymore,
make
right?
that shit no more. I mean, it's all on your fucking phone.
Yeah, you can get on the phone.
Yeah.
But what I'm bringing that up for is like you remember how exciting that shit was when you were like, oh shit, like fuck,
Oh,
and
say,
then
hey, Sable's
Hey,
gonna be on the
you'd
in the
sneak
next
it,
Playboy.
You'd sneak it to school to show your buddies,
Oh, dude.
or you'd have a sleepover and show
Yeah.
your buddies. Do you think little girls were like that?
Oh man, I don't know.
I think little girls were probably freaked out.
And I mean like
Like how little?
our age, like you know, like
young teen.
in like
I bet they
middle
ain't
school.
freaked out no more.
Well, yeah.
So here's what I think, girls, and maybe not middle school, maybe like high school. I think they were like closet porn fans.
Yeah,
Like, you know how
I've always wondered that, man.
you know how like if you're Baptist, they condemn you for drinking,
Oh,
but
yeah,
then they
yeah.
go home and drink
And
all
drink,
the time.
yeah.
They're gonna, that's how girls were watching porn.
They condemn you for it.
They condemn you for it, and they go home and watch it and be like, "Oh God, I wish I had I hope I get a dick that big someday." Something like that.
They're all terrified.
I'm not gonna have sex. That's gonna
But
break.
some of them are like
That's
probably
gonna break
freaked
my
out. Like,
hymen.
some of them are probably freaked out. Like, okay, I get a dick in my ass, and then I have to suck on it to clean it off, and then it just blows in my face. Do I have to do it that way?
But then they gotta talk to their mom, and their mom's like, "Sweetheart, you never go ass to mouth. Never go ass to mouth."
You always start with the mouth.
This guy watched the hardcore shit.
Hey man, my dad had all the mags. He had the porn movies too, man.
So I'm in. I'm in the hallway in middle school, right? And there wasn't the hallway wasn't filled, it wasn't packed. I don't even remember. I can't tell you how or why I was there. But as I'm turning the corner, I'm hearing the voice louder and louder and louder. Well, it's a girl that I know, and she's telling a friend of hers how she masturbates. And that will always be forever tattooed on my brain. So it just completely validated, like,
Well, what'd she say? How'd she do it?
I shouldn't be shameful for what the fuck I'm doing at home. You know what I mean?
Well, hey, we need details. How'd she do it?
Let me say it. Like, so as I'm getting closer and closer, I'm hearing the voice louder and louder. And from when I make it to, like, what the fuck is she saying? She basically was saying, like, she was sitting or, like, laying down in the bathtub with her, like, feet all the way at the end, with her legs up, letting the water spout run down, and she was getting off on that shit. You know what I mean? And that will forever be tattooed on my brain. If I ever saw her again,
That's
like,
the only thing you're gonna think of.
even if I ever saw her in high school, I would just be like, "Hey, what's up, girl?"
Timmy's like, I'm gonna go try that in my bed.
I was like, "Damn, I should have found her for prom."
But I think there was like a couple girls though in high school that really kind of didn't give a shit about it, kind of open about it.
Yeah, they were.
I never knew those girls.
But like,
They were the sluts.
I remember, and you probably remember the girl in high school that she got her nudie picture was floating around.
Oh yeah.
About, I mean, it was
Yeah,
hundreds
we
of
didn't
copies.
even have cell phones. We had Polaroid
Like it was
actual hard
well, this
copy.
was printed off.
Yes,
from
and
a
then they
somebody had taken it with a whatever, and then they took it to
They
CVS
Xeroxed
or
it.
where Walmart,
Yes.
printed it off onto a sheet of paper.
Was it color or black
Yes.
and
It
white?
was color.
It was color?
And we're passing them out like flyers at school.
But she didn't have anything to be ashamed
And
about.
she
had a
was
nice
like,
body.
she was like, I need to see this.
Was she a popular girl?
Oh yeah.
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 Holy fuck.
She was like, I need to see this. I want to see if I look good.
"Oh shit,
Yep.
Yeah.
damn."
And somebody's truck got egged because of it too, right?
Probably.
Yeah. Double T, man.
Oh, that's right.
I'm sure
Got
she.
more than just egg.
Yeah,
He had to get a whole new interior.
exactly.
Oh, because Eric borrowed it.
He was squirting his loads all over that thing, man.
Dirty Mike and the boys.
The chick was on her period.
Having a
I
soup
had nowhere
kitchen.
to dump anything.
Should I tell that story?
Which story?
Oh, now you got to.
Yeah, no
the
shit,
the
man.
interior story?
Hey, we ain't got to say no names. Just tell the story.
Yeah, I'll let Eric tell it if he ever wants to say it. But yeah,
Maybe the next
it's
episode.
Oh, come on, man.
it was one of those instances where you gotta fucking like, dude, I gotta change the interior in this motherfucker.
Damn.
This ain't leather, bitch.
Oh, it's crusty.
Yeah,
Oh, my God.
I've always wondered like if they got excited or just even gave a shit about porn like we did.
I do. I think they did. I think they just hit it better than
Yeah,
we did.
girls-
They may have just gotten off on in their mind and didn't need so much
Yeah.
porn.
Maybe.
I don't know. I remember in high school when me and Joel came home and we invited someone to come with us, and we put on a porn and just watched it during our entire lunch break.
So, my buddy Georgie, you remember back in the day when DirecTV you'd have to put a card in it
Oh yeah.
in the box.
Yeah.
Well, he would go to someone that would burn the card where he'd get all the channels. So like all the pay-per-view, all the fights, like he'd have it on the card. So all the porn channels. So he'd have all the games on Sunday. Well, he would call it the halftime show. So at halftime, he'd put it on porn. So that was the thing. Halftime show, put on porn. Well, somebody came over for like a big De La Hoya fight, right? And he brought his girlfriend. And so the fight was going on. Well, in between rounds, George was like, halftime show, he put it in fucking porn. The chick fucking got into it, bro. Like legit got into it. And we were kind of all tripped out, like, holy shit, like, And she's like commenting on it, like, oh shit, look, and blah, blah. Well, come to find out as they leave, like he's talking shit, like mad shit about us and like wanting to whoop our ass because he brought his chick and we were watching porn with her. And we were like, dude, your chick was into it, bro. Like,
You might want to see where this
You should
goes.
take advantage of that shit, man.
Hey,
Yeah,
leave her here.
hey, bro, your chick's for the streets, bro. I guess you'll find that out in year 5 of your marriage.
Oh man.
Unfortunately, a few of us have found that out. First wives.
Yeah,
I damn sure did on mine.
I always wondered that, man. But
Yeah.
anywho, let's transition into your favorite feel-good memory.
Well, hell, that was
One
it.
time I was watching porn.
I was just watching porn all day, rubbing it out.
My sister's friend was over. I said, "You want to see something?"
And he said yes.
Who might have tell her no? I got two. I got a work-related one and another one.
Fuck yeah, I'm all for that.
Work-related simply because not everything's so feel-good a lot of the times.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But so this was years ago. We got a call for a dog attack. And it may not sound feel good right now, but it's like, damn, this guy's fucked up. But we got a call for a dog attack on a little girl. She was like 5 or 6, and the dog fucked her up. Like she was, holes in her throat, face, arms, and it was a chaotic scene. Mom was obviously just uncontrollable, right? We get there first, and there's not a lot we can do on scene for this girl. Like she needs a doctor. She ended up going to a plastic surgeon, but I can calm her down, try and calm Mom down. So that's what we do. Like I build rapport with this girl in the short time we're there, and keep in mind, like the majority of my stuff that we do, I may spend only a few minutes with people and I never see them again. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty easy not to get attached or whatever.
Yeah.
This was different for some reason, right? So get this girl loaded up, get her going to the hospital. So I go to work in the evening. I get off the next day in the evening. So that was the evening when I got to work. The next day when I get off of work, me and my guys decide we're going to go check on this girl. So we go to the hospital, find out what room she's in, go up there, check on her, meet her family. Mom's finally calmed down. Mm-hmm. They were just blown away that we showed up there. And, of course, the girl was kind of in and out of it. She didn't really know.
Like a really young girl?
Like 5 or 6.
Oh, wow.
And you was on a news story about this too, wasn't it? And you was on there with her.
Yeah. And so, basically, man, we just kind of, I don't want to, kind of adopted this girl as like ours. Mm-hmm. A single mom, 2 kids, living alone. So we just kind of took her in, man, and we would check on her. I'd go over to their house, mow their lawn for them. Just built a relationship with her and her family, and we had a pizza party for her at the fire station one day.
Oh, wow.
There was one time, like, she had a loose tooth, and she only wanted us to try and get it out. So her mom drove her up to the fire station to see if we could get her tooth out for her. And, to this day, still get Christmas cards from her and her family.
Dang.
But it's just one of those things, man. Like, that doesn't happen in my profession. It's, we see them for a few minutes, and then we hand them off, and then we're on our way.
That's it, yeah.
It's never really personal. Some things can get that way, but you got to try and separate that. Well, this one, it just turned out different. But just knowing that we made an impact in her life and that she will remember us for the rest of hers in a good way.
Yeah.
And that's always something that I'm
dude.
proud to say I was a part of.
Yeah.
And wished it never happened to that little girl, but
Did she attach herself to you?
Yeah, man. Like, if she saw us out, like, she'd run up to us, big hugs.
Sweet.
Like, I hadn't seen him in years, and saw him a few years ago at the fall festival thing out in Shallow Water they do every year, the Addledew Farms. And she come running up to me, give me a big hug.
We're not fall festival kind of guys.
It's the corn maze, ain't it? Where the corn
the
maze
corn
is at?
maze.
Oh yeah, I
I
always heard
it's
that
out in
one.
Shallow Water, but and yeah, dude, just one of those things. Like, they probably feel like they're forever indebted to us, which they shouldn't.
No, yeah.
We were doing our job and just happened to get attached to that call.
And she recovered okay?
Yeah, man, beautiful little girl,
Nice.
great family. Mom, like I said, it was a single mom, her and her 2 kids, and they, she's raised them to be.
What happened? They were just outside playing?
She was
or-
outside playing, man, and the neighbor's dog got out and just got her. It's a freak deal.
I always think, not to shit on your story, but I always think that, like, because you always hear stories like that. Oh, the neighbor's dog.
Yeah.
I always think that when they're outside, the kids are fucking with them.
Yeah.
And the
I don't
dog
know, man.
remembers that.
And
That's just my point
it's
of view.
possible. It is. But
Or like all the kids that pass by the alley.
Oh, yeah.
Next door neighbors,
Yeah.
kids.
the dog don't know if that's the case.
Yeah. Dude,
But
that's badass, man.
Just the fact that we were
That-
able to build a relationship off that one horrific call that has lasted to this day, is definitely a.
it makes your job worth it, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It does.
Because, I mean, you see a lot of trauma, man.
Dude, we see it all.
It's hard to, like, leave that at work and go home and
And it
leave
is.
at
And
work.
you've got to find a separation. You've got to. And that's how it's a switch. You got to turn it on and off. When you get to work, you turn it on. When you leave, get home, you turn it off. It's not always the case. It's hard.
Yeah.
And I'm a victim of that. I'll tell you right now. But man, it's not our fault that people are in that situation.
No, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we're there to help. So
Man. Dude, that's crazy because, like, I'm sure you've been in a position where you've helped, like, above and beyond. And then that person just turns it back on you.
and I may never know if they recovered, if they didn't.
But yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, you gave it your all, and then you were just a nobody.
Yeah.
Like, thanks for your help. See you later.
Yeah.
See, that's what they would tear me up. Because, I mean, I would at least, in my mind, just be like, well, fuck you too.
Yeah. Well,
But I don't get, you don't get to say that. That's just what I'm saying, like, me personally.
and that's where you got to not take it personally.
Yeah, yeah.
If you can do that.
Man, that's hard, bro. But that is so badass that it wasn't like that.
Yeah. I mean, it easily could have been a different outcome.
How old would you say she is now?
She's probably 15 or 16.
It was that long ago.
Yeah.
And the relationship is still there.
Yeah, man. Like
Yeah.
I said, we get Christmas cards every year.
Some chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, they do, man. They'll every once in a while they'll bring cookies or something by the station.
When people bring, like, home cooked, like, cookies and shit like
Yeah.
that, y'all eat them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
most of the
We're
time.
not gonna turn shit down.
Unless you know what kind of house they
a
live in.
lot of the times too. It's and I hate to say this, but it's based on the appearance of the person that brings them.
Yeah. I was a kid, man, and this lady brought over some kind of dessert to my grandma's house, and my uncle forever fucking ruined me, dude. Forever ruined me. Because he was like, because I don't even remember what it was, like bread or a pastry or something. And he's like, don't eat that. And I'm sure he was fucking with me. Like, I'm damn sure he was fucking
Yeah.
with me, but it just stuck with me. He was like, you don't know if that lady cooked that shit with shit on her finger and didn't wipe her ass right and got shit on her hands and she went and made that and you're eating that. And I'm like, oh, you're right. And ever since then, like, all my jobs have been like, well, we have potluck tomorrow. Like, fuck you. I ain't eating that shit.
I want to know who brought what.
Yeah. And people bring stuff all the time. Every holiday there's stuff, and then people will show up randomly. Hey, we made y'all a cake, or made y'all cookies, or
It's got a dick hole in it. What's that?
We'll eat around it.
What happened to this apple pie?
Dude, that's fucking badass, bro.
But yeah,
That is. For real.
work related. That's a good one. That I always. It makes me feel good about what we did.
It's always, I don't know, it's always a blessing to feel appreciated at work.
Yeah.
Because nowadays it's rare.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, you're a dime a dozen. They'll fire you today and you'll be replaced tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's always cool to feel like that. What's your favorite? No, there's bullshit. We'll take a break and we'll come right back. And you got another one?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. Let's take a break. And we're back. We just had to get the shit off our dicks, so.
It was a little hardcore around here.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
Clorox wipe coming
I'm
good for
sorry,
something.
guys. I kind of went over the line a little bit.
So, for the listeners, man, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you guys, I really need to start having y'all sign, like, you know, you can't sue me, some waivers and shit.
Some
and
non-disclosure.
put all the break stories on a Patreon,
Oh,
dude.
God.
I told him about that. I said some of the funniest shit we've talked about out here was during the break.
Not even recorded.
You
Yeah.
dropped a couple of our jaws like 3 times, bro. Like, what the fuck? No shit.
Dude, that's not even half the shit he can tell
That's
you.
not even the tip of the iceberg. man.
God dang, dude. Yeah, legit. Like, here, sign these waivers because all the shit's going on Patreon.
Hey,
Let's do it.
give them one for the listeners, dude. A good fireman story for the listeners, man.
Oh gosh.
One that's not going to get you in trouble.
But the dude with the
Okay, come back. Let me think about it. We'll come back to it in a few minutes.
Well, let's get into your second story.
Okay, feel good. So this one was pretty easy for me, man. And it's obviously my boys and being on the baseball field and coaching them and just get to experience that with them.
Did you coach? I mean, did you play baseball growing up?
And I never did. Always wanted to. Always loved baseball.
we did all the Sandlot shit, you know. Never played.
Never
officially.
played like
Organized.
Yeah, organized.
Yeah.
So, when your boys choose baseball as their sport, are you okay with it?
Yeah, absolutely.
You didn't care to like
No.
steer them into football? Or?
No, and like we're playing football right now, and they love that too. And I'm not actually coaching that, but
From what I hear, baseball's their shit, right?
they are, man. Like I've had a handful of other coaches call me wanting to get the boys to come play.
Dude, a lot of teams want them. They're like fighting over trying to get them.
You know, and it's just being able to get to share that with them because that's something like I didn't get to do that, and that's something they're going to look back on, hopefully when they're our age or whenever,
Yeah,
and think that was a time of their life because I mean it is for me, you know.
Baseball's expensive, bro.
Travel baseball is very expensive.
Yeah.
But dude, it's therapy for him, dude.
Oh, for sure.
It is.
With all
yeah.
the shit he had to go through the past few years, that helped him a lot.
It
Yeah.
is like I would go to the baseball field and phone stays in the truck. My attention is on my boys for that hour and a half, whatever it is. Doesn't matter.
And they're twins, right?
Yeah,
But nothing alike.
they look nothing alike.
No, I'm talking like personality.
A little bit
yeah.
here and there, but for the most part, they're their own individual, man, and I love it. You know, they're both funny. They're both just
And they're boys.
they're all
No,
boys.
yeah.
all boy, dude. It's crazy.
Like farts are funny.
Nothing.
You know.
like nothing makes me feel good more than watching like little boys be boys.
Yeah, man.
I brought it up a few podcasts ago about my buddy having like boys. Well, they were there at the tailgate on Saturday, and there's I don't know, like I would say a 4-foot post, and these dudes are taking turns pushing each other off of it. So they'd stand up, go to the little edge, and then the brother would push them in the back, and they'd fall off.
Oh,
and,
dude.
like
oh, that's something Cannon and Chase would do.
Like I think about the stuff we did when we were boys. with our trampoline in the backyard.
Oh man.
You know, we had like an inner tube, and somebody's jumping on the trampoline, and somebody's on the ground throwing the inner tube, trying to take your legs out from under you and flip you.
People would get fucking folded in half
You know,
on that shit,
like,
bitch.
I mean, that's what boys do, right?
Yep.
They get dirty.
We would go
They
to
stink.
John Bloom's house,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
and he had that little rock that we used as the diving board. I
Oh,
don't know
yeah.
if you ever been to his mom's house swimming back in the day.
Oh God,
It's right across from Tech. Every kid's been to John Bloom, Mike Bloom's house.
been a long time.
Remember they took you in on Halloween because your bag broke at their house.
God, yeah, vaguely. That was
So
was
we
a long
would
time
we
ago.
would run
30
and
years
jump
ago,
off of
probably.
that fucking rock, right? And then someone on the side of the pool would have this big ass inner tube that would, like, same shit y'all would do at the trampoline, and just try to just beam your ass with it.
Oh,
so
dude.
you're jumping off of it and then boom. Like,
I mean, that's what boys do.
yeah. And I don't know if I think that's rare now, man.
Yeah. Well, they've got, you know,
I mean they don't. Yeah, you're
Well,
right.
You know what Ken and Chase want for their birthday? They want a freaking a wrestling ring.
Oh shit.
They want like an inflatable wrestling ring, man. Me and Dave had the trampoline. We wore that some bitch out wrestling,
yeah.
and that's what they want.
You should just build them a wrestling ring.
I
in
know.
the
We
We
backyard.
should, dude.
be
We ought to
awesome.
do that.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
My mom worked with a lady who had young kids, and they would backyard wrestle, and they would turn 30-pack boxes, and they I don't know how, some way they folded them and like taped them up as championship belts. So
kinda
so
badass.
a certain day of the week, they're nothing but the whole neighborhood boys are in their backyard wrestling for the championship belt.
The beer brand.
We were in high school having first blood matches. We had a weight belt, and we beat the shit out of each other with the buckle on it. And
Scratching foreheads, trying to make you bleed.
we both had to take our school picture the next day.
Me and my buddy Georgie got drunk one night, and we took turns hitting each other over the head with the folding chairs. Oh, because we were like, that can't hurt. Because wrestling does it all the time. They can't hurt. And like, bow, like, oh, that kind of hurt. And then my turn, boom.
Hey, the best thing to do to hit over with is a pizza pan. Because it doesn't hurt, but it makes a loud ass noise.
bang.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt.
flimsy.
You know,
And it's freaking awesome.
you know
sound.
what's the pussiest thing in the world, but hurts like a mother, is the wrapping paper roll, the tall,
Yeah.
the
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So that's flimsy as shit, dude. You take that to the back.
Oh, I can imagine.
Oh no shit!
Cow, bro. Yeah.
It's like a 3 foot
And,
long.
and one of our buddies told us that. He was like, hey, you know those wrapping paper rolls? I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, why are you telling us this? He's like, you know they're flimsy. He goes, but if you hit someone on the back with it, shit hurts. It's like a pipe. It's like a fucking pipe,
But
man.
it's pretty much only good for one hit because then it falls apart. And you'll get another one.
No, this.
That's the dollar store.
Yeah.
paper
Maybe,
wrap.
maybe.
You get the shit from Dillard's.
The legit real wrapping paper.
we put his shit to the test, and we were like, oh, fuck, that hurts.
Never thought about that. Man.
Yeah, I know.
But, I mean, I'm telling you this because I think that's rare, man.
It is.
Like boys are not boys
I got
no
a
more.
good wrestling story. When I was in high school, I worked at the fairgrounds, right, in the summer times. And my cousin, or my uncle, was the one that ran it, so that's why I worked there. But he had a son and my cousin, and we worked together. And so the Coliseum would always have events, all the time, right? Concerts, boxing, wrestling, whatever it was. We were going to go in there and watch whatever it was when it was going on. So we watched Beyonce, we watched Genuine, the Kid Rock, watched everybody, right? But they were going to have the Golden Gloves boxing there, so they built this ring during our lunch break for the entire week because the boxing was going to be starting Friday night and do Saturday. I think they put it up like on a Tuesday. As soon as they put it up, we go in there because we had the keys to the Coliseum. And we fucking wrestled.
Fernando's dad worked there. Yeah.
So we wrestled in
badass.
that fucking ring every single fucking day
Dude,
for
that'd have been
lunch.
That'd
In the
been
boxing
awesome.
ring?
In the boxing ring, dude, and bouncing off of the ropes, doing fucking power slams. And
Did that
leg
canvas
drops.
hurt or it was forgiving?
No, it fucking hurt because it wasn't a wrestling canvas. It was a boxing canvas. So I remember Fernando got on top of the top rope and he's all like trying to balance himself. And I'm laying there and he's fucking taking forever. I said, "You gonna fucking jump or what?" Foo! He fucking flew up. And it like took him forever. He's like doing this, coming down. And then boom, he lands on top of me and I kick out or whatever. And I finally power bombed, but I fucking power bombed the living shit out of him. Where when he hit the canvas, he was like, "Oh!" And I get on top of him and I pin him and I'm like, "Yeah," whatever. Okay. Lunch was over. I think that was the last day. I think we wrestled for like 2 or 3 days.
That's
right in that
badass, man.
motherfucker. So on Saturday, boxing is happening, right? And my cousin comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, dude, they're fucking pissed off like a motherfucker." I said, "Who?" It's the people running this shit. I said, "Why?" And they're like, they're mad at the people because they say that they didn't fix the ring right. 'Cause it's fucking real loose and shit.
Well, Sugar Bear was powerballing people.
We had a week's worth of running off the ropes
I
and
don't think
shit.
those ropes are meant to hold that shit.
God almighty.
Choke slammed on this motherfucker.
Did you ever hear the story about when we gave Nick Burge a concussion?
I don't think so.
Me and Jacob go, the Thursday night team meetings.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I don't even remember whose fucking house it was, but they had the big, large rectangle trampolines.
Uh huh.
So me and Jacob go jump on it, and I'm like, "Hey, let me Vader bomb you."
Oh, shit.
And he was like, "All right." So he lays down, and I fucking jump as high as I can, and I Vader bomb him. Well, when I land on him, we hear a rip, like a fucking loud rip through the trampoline. We fucking get off quick. We're like, "Nah, fuck that. We didn't break this trampoline." So Nick Burge goes out there and he starts jumping, and we don't pay him no mind. And like 20 seconds later, you just hear him like fall through it and head first on the fucking ground, dude. And they like he fucking comes to, he gets out of there, and then the next day in the football game, like he's like, "I got a concussion, I can't play." Like,
I think I
shit.
remember he
Wow.
played.
Yeah.
Wow. Dude,
Yeah.
we wore our trampoline smooth out because of shit like that. I
We
mean,
we had a ladder set up. It was like a 10-foot ladder.
Of course.
And put chairs with plywood down there to fall through a down table.
Dude, it was.
Yeah, it was crazy. We did it all, man.
I was mentioning to because I told my wife, I said, if we ever have children, we're gonna put them in wrestling, like right off the bat,
Yeah.
as early as they possibly can. I go, and then we can choose other sports after. She's like, "I'm not putting them in wrestling. They're just gonna get hurt." I go, "Them motherfuckers are gonna get hurt in the backyard easier than they are on the
Yeah.
wrestling mat."
Yeah, exactly. At
There's
least they'll be able to defend himself somewhat, you know?
Yeah.
like this kid is gonna come home every single day after wrestling practice, not hurt.
Yeah.
But in the backyard on the fucking trampoline or whatever other dumb shit you're gonna do back there, I remember coming home with fucking
ER visits?
gashes, big ass fucking gashes on me.
That's something Cannon and Chase need to do is wrestle.
Well, they talked about it.
I know. I think that'd be awesome. at it.
How old are your boys?
They're 8. They'll be 9 next month.
Do they have phones?
No.
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
No. They,
Hell yeah.
Like, some of their friends have phones, and they've asked. And I'm like, we'll see. Like,
So they don't know anything about social media,
well,
like of their
Yeah,
own.
they know YouTube and stuff
they
like
have
that.
iPads, and
Do they have like IG and Facebook?
no.
Badass, bro.
No,
Fuck
they're not
yeah.
doing that shit. Like that, but they'll get on YouTube and watch shorts all the
Yeah,
time.
I get that.
But no.
But I trip out when people use that phone as a babysitter.
Oh yeah.
And like, you know,
you see
my friend's kid is
all
like
the time.
8 years old and has a fucking IG or a Facebook. And you're like, what the fuck are you doing,
Yeah.
man?
Yeah, one of their buddies got a phone for his birthday here recently, and of course they're like, "Well, when can I get a phone?" I'm like,
I was like, I'm gonna tell you what, I
You
got
gotta-
I
you
got
got a
a
few
cell phone
years.
when I was 19 years old, and I bought it myself.
I was
I was the same
graduated out
way.
of high school before
I
I
was out
got
of
my
high
first
school
cell
before I
phone.
got mine. And had a job.
I'm
until
about
I got
to
one.
embarrass my son. So his grandma gets him an iPhone, and I think he's like in 4th or 5th grade. So we're pissed that he's got an iPhone, but what can we do? Grandma bought it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So the wife is like, you don't, and he's been asking, can I get an IG? Can I get an Instagram? Can I get an Instagram? She's like, no, you don't need an Instagram. So she puts like a parental thing on the iPhone. Well, I guess he figured it out, bro. I'm at work. I'm working an overnight shift. And sometimes it still does it, but back then it was more like it popped up a whole lot more as like people in your contacts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That shows you like you might know or add
Yeah.
as friends. And it came up as strippers' butts.
Whoa.
And I was like, strippers' butts. And it was like people you may know or some shit. And I'm like, who the fuck is strippers' butts? So I clicked on the account. This dude didn't even make it private, bro.
Oh
And
gosh.
it's my son.
Oh shit!
So it's like 3 a.m., right? So I call my wife and she's fucking dead asleep. And I'm like, hey, wake your ass up. And she's like, what the fuck do you want? I go, look up this account name on IG. And I tell her strippers butt. And she's like, you woke me up for this stupid shit? And I'm like, no, like for real, look it up. And she looks it up. She's like, I'll call you back.
Oh.
Dude, she woke that fucker up at 3 a.m. from a dead sleep to whip his fucking ass. So the next day, he's expecting an ass whooping from me, too, right? And I'm like, dude, why didn't you make that private? Like, nobody would have known that was you if you made it private.
Oh man.
And he all has his own pictures on there. Me with grandma.
He had like one picture of him and then like a picture of our dog and like and I'm like this motherfucker.
Strippers.
And then he
butt.
named it strippers' butts.
And this is like recently.
No, he was like in 4th or 5th grade.
Oh, okay.
How old is he now?
He's like a sophomore at Tech now.
Okay.
So
Golly.
Hey, did she brought your wife? Did she not like the beer I had the other night?
no,
She's not a beer drinker?
she liked the Lone Star better.
Oh, okay, good.
What
Yeah.
did you bring?
I had Miller Lite Lone Star, and I just grabbed a Lone Star, gave it to him, and gave her a Miller Lite, and
Oh.
Yeah.
she didn't really like it. I was just wondering.
No, she's told me, she's like, I should have kept your beer. I liked it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. She liked Lone Star. They were cold as fuck though. They
Tell
were,
you,
they
man,
were
I keep them in a fucking cooler and ice in the back of the truck.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you guys, you two specifically, because I know we're all the same, but y'all grew up different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like cultural wise and
Yeah.
shit like that. But do y'all have a regret that like consumes you? Like you at least think of like once a week or once a month? That's an old regret.
Man, I don't know. I
I do.
everybody has regrets, or what they think is a regret. Like, oh, I should have banged this
you
girl when I had a chance.
constantly think- Yeah, and not a regret that you missed out on some pussy. Not because I mean I'm pretty sure every guy's
I
got
missed
that.
that fucking party. I knew I could get it.
Well, I'm sure guys and girls got that regret.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. I don't want to live my life with regret. One thing I would say, and it wasn't a long time ago, it was recently, when our dad passed away. Like, we were over there at the house. It was the night before he passed, and we were over there at the house, and my wife at the time was like, do you want to stay here overnight with him? And whatever. Because we knew he was in bad shape. And I was like, no, I'll stay tomorrow night. I was tired. I wanted to get some rest. I was like, I'll stay tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Well, he ended up passing that next morning, So that was always, that's something that I've kind of looked back on and thought, man, I should have stayed that night.
On something like that, my theory on that is you would have prolonged it.
Yeah, it's
I
possible.
don't think he would have wanted to die in in your sight.
Yeah.
Well, because he waited until I'd gone to bed.
Yeah.
And my mom had gone to take a shower. He's by himself.
That's what I think. Yeah.
And he went then.
That's a good way to look. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, I wouldn't think that any dad would want their kid to watch them take their last
Yeah.
breath. So he would have fought it until.
Yeah. That's something I never thought about.
I mean,
see
that's
that.
me.
Yeah, I got it, man.
I mean, you wouldn't want that for your boys.
No, God,
Yeah.
no.
That's how I see it.
That's
Because my buddy Mike, little Mike, he has a similar story, and he was choked up about it. That he went to go get a haircut while his dad passed.
yeah.
And I said, dude, he waited for you to go get that haircut. Like, he didn't want you to see that last breath.
Well, that's what Carl told us when we was all over at my grandparents when my grandpa passed in January. He said, "Who's all over there?" And I said, "Everybody." And he hadn't got there yet. And he said, "I bet if everybody leaves that room, he'll pass, because he's probably holding on because he don't want y'all to see it."
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't. We stayed there, and he passed while we was watching him.
Yeah. That's just my thought on it.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
great.
Yeah.
That's a great way to look at it. If there's somebody out there struggling with something similar.
And people like, I know in the Mexican culture, they always say like, well, you better come see him. Or they'll say, hey, you better come tell him he can pass.
Yeah.
Like, go ahead and go, Dad. Or, because I hear that a lot with like, like my Mexican friends, like, hey, you need to come and tell Dad that he can go. And then shortly after, boom,
Yeah.
he goes. But I don't know. That's just what I think. You have a regret?
Yeah, it's the way I acted when I split up with my first wife, because I just kind of gave up on everything.
Mm-hmm.
I gave up on my work. I gave up on family. I gave up on everybody, man. I didn't want to deal with anybody. And you can ask him, man. I was a piece of shit back then, and I didn't care about.
After the divorce.
Yeah, when she left, and then we were getting divorced. I didn't care. I gave up, man. I didn't want to do nothing. I didn't want anything anymore. I lost my house, lost my dog, lost my job, lost my truck, everything, man.
What?
And I wish I'd have been smarter back then. I wish I had the mindset I have now back then, because it would have gone a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, even though you went through that and you dealt with it the way you did, can't change that. But you may not have what you have today. That's what I'm saying. Like, Natalie's awesome. And,
Well, I almost screwed that up with her, because she was a part of this after the years that it took me to finally get myself together. She was a lot of it was fucking her over, man.
So you get over that, right?
Yeah.
Is your guard way up high after that?
For a long time it was, yeah.
You didn't trust anybody?
Nobody. I dated a lot of girls, man. I had a lot of relationships, and I never just fully trusted them.
Mm-hmm.
And then
it's hard.
she changed. She completely turned me around, man. And for however long we've known each other, I always just never gave myself to her like fully. And I would just break it off with her, and I'd find ways to fuck it up so she'd leave me alone.
Because you didn't trust it.
Well, I mean,
you didn't want to get hurt later on.
Yeah, I trusted her, but I didn't want to feel like I felt after all that shit with the marriage went. So I didn't want to feel that again. So it took me a long time to give up and be like, you know what, it's worth it, because she's not gonna make me feel that way.
What made you feel so defeated? Was it not being married? Was it not having the companionship? Was it everything?
It's just I failed. Like, I was a piece of shit. Like, I treated her like shit. I didn't beat her or nothing, but I ran my mouth a lot, and
No, but what I'm saying is, like, after your divorce, right?
Yeah.
What made you feel so defeated? Like, fuck life.
I just felt like nothing was going to go right ever again, because I screwed my job off. I let my house get freaking taken away in my truck, and I burned bridges with a lot of friends and stuff, and didn't talk to nobody for a long time. And luckily, those friends come back.
They
you
were
know.
real friends.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
came back. You know.
Yeah.
And like, not hanging. Like, I didn't see y'all guys for a long time in
Yeah.
that period because I kind of just got away from everybody.
Wow.
But Dave was always there for me though, man. He told me one day. He said, he just said, "I love you, brother," and that changed me.
Yeah.
That kind of just like I was like, all right, things are gonna be okay now. So and I started getting my shit together, and I really got together when his boys were born, and kind of changed.
That
got my
solidified
shit.
the
Yeah,
whole.
it did. It did.
It's hard, man. Speaking on what he was saying, like, and going through it myself, like, I felt the same way. Like, I felt like a failure. I felt like defeated. I felt like I didn't want to do anything.
But what brought defeat?
Like,
Was it just being that your marriage failed, or was
well,
it?
yes, and feeling like I let my boys down because I couldn't make my marriage work.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I'm supposed to be their primary role model as a man, teach them how to be a man, and I feel like I let them down in that aspect.
But you're not the one that screwed this up.
Well, you know,
So
I
so the way
could
that
say I wasn't perfect, and if you know, I wished I would have known some things back then that I know now, kind of like what he said. But you may not learn them things or find them things out until you go through that hardship.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Well, you got with her when y'all were young, right?
we met in 2006 and got married in 2007.
So what were you, like 21, 22?
No, I was.
Like 24, 25, right?
See, I got.
I was married
Well,
at 20
yeah,
and
you know
she was
what?
18
I was.
when I
Yeah,
got
you
married.
got married early.
Right at the
Yeah, I think I was 23, 24-ish.
And she's younger, right?
Well, she's like 3 or 4 months younger.
Like me outside looking in, obviously, I mean, I don't even want to speak that shit into existence and you know, divorce wise. But what would make me feel like a piece of shit would be splitting up the home and not having the kids have mom and dad in the same house.
And that's like,
that would fucking tear me apart.
and
man.
that did tear me apart.
Yeah.
It still does, you know. Dude, Chase asked me 2 days ago, why do we have to sell our other house? I'm just like,
Cause it's old.
you know,
Making up some random
I
shit.
was just like,
yeah.
buddy, we just had to. I couldn't afford it on my own. And left it at that. But yeah, it's,
Are they missing the old house
man,
because of the big yard and this pool and all that?
maybe, because they hadn't said anything about it until like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And I don't know what brought it on. I don't know. It kind of took me back when he said it because, I mean, they love our house now, but I don't know.
Well, there's just some things you can't do with the new house. You can't, rest on the floor like we used to with the carpet.
Well,
Can't play ball in the yard. Can't have the pool.
yeah, I know.
Can't play football in the living room like we did.
So,
Okay, Dan, shit.
I can't do nothing over here.
We get it. Dad's poor now. Fuck.
No, man, they got the school right next. They gonna play basketball and
He has to grow up
do
like
all
how
that
we
stuff,
did.
man. Yeah,
Outside.
exactly.
that's just him, though. Chase, like, I say it all the time when I'm describing him. Like, he has the biggest heart
Yeah.
of any kid you'll ever meet, and it's going to be the biggest blessing and the biggest curse in his life.
Yep.
You know? So,
As long as you teach him, don't get run over, man.
shit, I did that.
Yeah.
He did get his ass
you
ran
got
over.
ran over.
I got hit by a car.
Oh, I don't mean like literal.
Don't get,
But he can't teach him how not to get ran over.
Yeah, if anyone can, he
don't
can.
run out the street when the car's coming.
Well, actually, you ran into the car. The car didn't run into you.
But yeah, don't get run over. Don't be a pushover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hope to teach him that.
But Cannon's different though, man. He's just
He's a
I don't know.
thinker. He analyzes.
Yeah.
He's smart, very smart.
He doesn't speak first.
No,
No, he sits back and
but
just freaking
he is.
thinks
God,
about things.
he's so smart. His brain is going 100 miles an hour all the time. What does this mean? What does this do?
And on the baseball field, you can see it too, because Chase is out there having fun. But Cannon's taking it serious, like it's a business, and he's just like thinking.
He's emotional.
He's like, Dad,
Emotional about
when
it. Yeah.
Uncle said cleans the shit off his dick, what did
he mean
by
literal or
like
Hey, son, everything he said was literal.
like air duster or
No, that's when he says,
Clorox wipe?
whatever Dan says, don't fucking listen to him.
He gets that quite often. Don't listen to what your Uncle Dan says.
But they love me, man. Those boys love me.
well, fuck man. I know we hit some strings here in this episode. Let's end it with a bang. If you were a pitcher, a batter,
Dude,
a
easy.
fighter, what's your
Easy.
walkout song?
White Snake, man. Fucking,
Here we go again.
here we go again on my own, man.
Really?
Yeah. That's my jam forever,
That's your
dude.
jam. That's your shit.
And I'd walk out to that on
I
anything.
remember that video as a kid thinking it was the greatest thing ever, that chick dancing on the hood of that
Yeah.
car.
Oh, dude! Like how badass was that era?
Yeah, like
of-
80s
of-
and early
of
90s videos.
Videos.
Yeah.
Was a shit.
It's amazing.
I think social media ruined everything,
Social
bro.
media's ruined everything.
Yeah, because
Because you see that type of shit instantly when
what's
you
the
pull up
fun?
your
Well,
phone.
remember how fun it was to watch MTV or whatever just to see the videos?
Yeah.
Because you don't get to see them any other way. Now you can just pull it up in a second.
But like a hot chick in a bikini,
Exactly.
in a video.
yeah.
The thong, thong.
Yeah, because you didn't see that 24/7. Like
Well, you didn't see any thongs until that song, right?
Yeah, probably not. It's
I-
all them high-waisted bikinis.
I was a,
Dude, we saw nudie mags before we
Well,
was in elementary school.
I
Them
was
bitches
like,
didn't have thongs on.
They just had dicks
Bush.
and asses and dicks and mouths.
they just had big
All
old huge
bushy.
bushes.
It was like the first chick that showed up with a landing strip. It was like, what the fuck is this?
I've
like
seen one of
it.
these
I
things
like it.
before.
That girl got a Dorito on her puss.
I was just thinking the triangle.
She got a Dorito on her puss, man.
Yeah, man.
I think I was like in elementary. I don't know what it was, like at least 4th, 5th, 6th grade, and we went to Galveston, and I saw a chick in a thong, and dude, I was just like
It
fucking
might as well been her naked ass, right?
eyes glued, like
Oh, yeah.
followed her everywhere, like what the
Yeah.
fuck? I was just in awe, and yeah, it's
Dude,
so,
and then we used to just see it on fucking Monday Night Raw all the time.
Well, now you see it on TV all the time.
oh
It's
yeah,
not
it's
a-
nothing. Yeah,
Yeah, well, we had Stacy Keebler and Trish Stratus
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
Sable.
Well, fuck, now grandma is like 35 years old wearing a thong. You know what I mean? Like, it's so watered down.
I heard somebody's house behind the firehouse.
It's full of pictures of some gal on the phone, yeah. And
That
saggy
dude,
tits.
he's all over the wall.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the story they didn't hear during the break.
And I can tell you, she's never thought about shaving that bush. Since she was a little girl, she ain't never thought of shaving that motherfucker.
The beast.
Yeah.
What would be your walkout song?
Man, so my boys play baseball, and they're all about walkout songs, right? And I sometimes I'll try to, like, hey, this would be a good one, you know. Like, no. But so we were subbing in for a team in Ruidosa back in May, and I just kind of, without telling the boys, I picked Cannon's walkout song because I've been trying to get him to take it for a long time, and he wouldn't do it.
Was it Baby Shark?
No, no.
I wouldn't even
And-
got to bat. I would have just sat down in the dugout.
There's one kind of team. He comes up to Barbie Girl.
He
Oh,
ends up
goddamn.
having a tournament of his life. Like, I mean, he hits his first over the fence home run. He
Oh,
wins
shit.
MVP. You know, all this shit.
Should have had two over the fence homers. We got screwed on one.
like when he first came up to bat, when the walkout song came on, he was like, I can't believe you did this to me. And like the fans went crazy. They loved it. Like, that was awesome. I was like, I told you. But anyway, it was Flower by Moby. The Bring Sally Up.
No.
Yeah, we'll have to play it. We'll have to
this
play
guy
it.
knows nothing about rap, man.
Did we mention we're culturally different?
Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't think of anything with a.
Mexicans don't listen to that kind of music, Dave.
Who's Moby?
I couldn't think of anything with mariachis
Like the
in it.
whale? Or the dick?
We'll play it after we go off the air. But that one, like, it's such a nostalgic song.
Yeah.
to
You'll
me.
probably know it. It's in a
I'm
lot of
sure
movies.
I know it if I
It's
fucking
in,
hear it. Yeah.
I think it's in Gone in 60 Seconds. And then, like, that one or Sail by Ewald Nation. I think that's just,
Hey, look that one up
That
too.
that Sail song is so badass,
Yeah.
dude. Just how it like starts and
I don't even
like,
know what the fuck that is.
but I love the closer for the New York Mets.
Oh, yeah.
Timmy Trumpet. That just,
That is
the
cool, man.
Narcos.
yeah, that's so badass to me.
this one.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Oh, this is Bryce Harper's walkout
Yeah.
song. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he came out to
He
that,
came out to that whole weekend and had the best weekend of his life, and he hadn't done it since.
and has he changed his song?
To other stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But he won't do that one. And I'm like, dude.
He's like, "Fuck you, Dad. I don't like that song."
It's a Bryce Harper walkout song.
But
Is what it is.
I tried to get him to do that and Hot Stepper, but he won't do it.
Word up.
The hot stepper. He is the hot stepper,
But that
man.
would be my two.
I depends on the moment.
Yeah.
It's what
agree.
I thought about too, because I can't stick to one. But like, let's just say I'm just the bad motherfucker that's gonna walk out, and we pretty much know I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. I'm probably gonna come out with some kind of rap music.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne, maybe some Eminem, Kendrick
But there's
Lamar.
not just one song that fucking hits it for you.
But not on that level. But if it's a career defining moment, the biggest moment of the entire career or
like
whatever.
you're the closer for
like
somebody
if
that's
I'm
fixing to win
coming
the
out to
World
fight,
Series.
I'm about to come out to fight, and I need this fight, like, to become the heavyweight champion. I have to come out to Mexican music,
I got you.
and I'm gonna come out to El Rey, and I'm gonna fucking win. And I always think about that.
Yeah, that'd be a badass song.
Can you imagine just seeing me come out with all the rap songs, and then all of a sudden, boom!
It would be a
Mexican song.
badass song.
Play that one.
But it won't be like original. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like a bunch of people would have that. But
that if I didn't use it all the time, then it would be that moment.
Yeah.
And
so
so you can't use it all the time because then it gets washed away.
Yeah, I see that.
one of my most favorite fucking hype songs like ever. And I don't even, it's not a hype song, but the music is hype. You know what I mean? Like the lyrics are not as hype, but it would be this song. It's called The Seed 2.0 from The Roots.
Okay.
That would be my walkout song. It's just like rock and roll. Like,
So you remember Nate Fowler, right?
Oh yeah.
Did you know him? I don't know if you know.
the name sounds familiar.
Anyway, he got into riding bulls and stuff real big after high school and high school. You know what song he listened to before he got on a bull? Was 9 to 5 by Dolly Parton.
Oh shit!
That was
did.
his that was
He
his
did.
pump
That
up
was his
song.
freaking hype music.
That
right
was
there.
his and
All the way until he busted his nut.
Fuck, for real?
yeah, dead ass serious. Like anytime he was rodeoing and was about to get on, he'd jam out to that and then he'd go out there and do his thing.
I just imagine big old fucking nipples. He's like, I love big areolas. 9 to 5, bitch. Give me that bull.
Big old patties.
I don't know where he got it, but it
So,
works.
You know who David Goggins is?
Oh yes.
Okay. So he like said that you have to train with no music.
Yeah,
And I'm like, fuck that. Like,
it's hard.
I need music to get me hype.
It's
and
hard.
he's like, nope, you need to do no music.
Which
you
I
get in your thoughts.
I usually, when I go to the gym, I always put my headphones in. I don't listen to the music per se. It's just a noise to me. Mm-hmm. But, like, it's funny you say that because I'm going to do an event here in a couple weeks. It's a 24-hour event, and it's basically you work out for 24 hours straight.
God dang, dude.
And I was talking to one of the guys I work with the other day, talking about it, and I was like, he was like, do it with no music. I said, that's my plan, to go out there and do it with no music. 24 hours.
What's considered a workout?
So basically, you have a series of workouts that you do every hour on the hour. So you'll do one workout for this hour. The next hour, you go to the next workout, so on, so for
But
24
like
hours.
in intense every workout, or do you get like a break?
It's like at your own
a
pace,
light
right?
jog or a light walk.
Yeah,
or,
it's like at your own pace. So you don't have to sit there and.
So you can finish it as fast as possible and then rest for 45 minutes.
Well, no, they want you moving
Yeah,
the whole time. So like, say one of the workouts is burpees, right? Nobody can sit there and do burpees for an hour straight without stopping.
yeah.
So you say you do 1, 2, 3, 4 burpees a minute, every minute on the minute for 60 minutes. Then you go to the next workout. And then
Is this a fireman
Yeah.
sanctioned thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was about to say, I was like, where do I sign up?
well, I'll actually get that information for you because it was developed for military personnel with PTSD, and then it transitioned to first responders, and now I think like anybody can go.
It'd just be easier to take mushrooms.
Well, he's done like what'd you do that ruck in the desert?
I did the Baton Death March.
Yeah, I did that. He went and
And
hiked freaking the
rim to
rim,
rim
of
at Grand Canyon.
Rim to rim at Grand Canyon. That's some serious shit.
Yeah.
For 24 hours?
No, the Grand Canyon thing, we were actually hiking for about 12 hours total. We hiked. It's probably a little longer than that.
Did y'all hike all the way down and come back
hiked
up?
all the way down, camped out, and then got up the next morning and hiked out.
Okay.
Started on the north
So
rim,
y'all
went to the
stayed down
south
there.
rim.
I had a buddy who recently told me that he went hiking. Had to take the biggest shit of his life, right?
Oh, dude, it jars
so
stuff
he
loose.
said that like he went off the path to find a place to shit. He's like, dude, I thought I had, walked 10 minutes out of this path to find the perfect place to take a shit. He's like, so I thought I did good. I go start taking a shit. And he said immediately after he starts shitting, he was basically like right along another hiking path, and that people were just walking by him. And he was like, "Oh shit!"
When you got to shit that bad, you just don't care anymore,
Not
man.
anymore. At that point, you're like,
You don't
God damn
care.
it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Care if somebody sees me.
Like, can you imagine hiking? Like, look at this guy taking a shit.
Oh, my
Like, what
gosh.
are you doing? There's a bear taking woods in the shit.
You know what I meant, bitch.
But yeah, that's to go back to the Goggins thing. Yeah, that's like the point of not doing the music for this thing is to.
Yeah, because he said something about if you have to like dig deep just to music,
Yeah.
then you're doing it wrong. Because you got to find your inner
Yeah.
beast without music. And fuck me, I don't know if I can do that because I can't even
Yeah.
work out like a regular workout without my earphones and music blasting.
I'm gonna find out.
But I say that, but I recently started listening to podcasts and not music
Yeah.
while I'm working.
I do
out.
that too.
Can you rib one out without watching porn? Just use your
Oh,
mind.
do it old school?
Just use your
Do
mind.
it analog
Raw
style?
dog it, man.
You have to get a magazine.
Because if you can do that, you can work out with no music.
You mean like do it analog style?
Anal log style.
You're just sitting in the shower flapping your dick for 10 minutes. You're like, fuck, it ain't gonna happen.
Or conditioner.
It's like being a wet
I need a
noodle.
waterproof phone. Fuck.
Oh, Domingo, he saw that picture he sent, right?
Holy shit, man.
Today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's it was a box, like cardboard or whatever.
It was a
And,
pocket pussy.
It was a pocket pussy on it, right? No pocket pussy inside this box, by the way. It's gone. I go, that motherfucker looked like that motherfucker opened that bitch up, threw that fucking box over his shoulder, and went to fucking work.
Oh, my God.
Do you
man.
remember that was the thing though? Late at night infomercials and shit. You'd see the infomercials for like sex toys
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever, and it would always say discreet shipping.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're not gonna mail it to you with a big dildo on the front of it. Holy shit. Or into that some bitch, didn't he?
He didn't even fucking hesitate. He just threw that bitch over his shoulder and
He probably stole it too.
from Adam and Eve or whatever.
Were you ever embarrassed to buy condoms?
Man, I don't think so.
I know
Why?
I was,
Like,
but for
what's
the
to be
life of me,
embarrassed about it?
exactly. For
Like,
the
you're
life
getting
of
pussy,
me,
you should be
thinking
like-
back now, I'm like, why was I embarrassed to buy condoms?
I think it's more embarrassing to get the morning after than the condom.
No, I was not embarrassed to buy the. I was giving out Plan B smoothies like a motherfucker.
Here, drink.
Like, fuck the condom. I'm just gonna raw
I'd
dog it. We'll
fucking,
Plan B in the morning.
What's the garlic press? I'd garlic
Oh.
press the Plan B in their omelet, in their fucking omelet, in their morning
yeah.
omelet.
I made you breakfast, bitch.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Why
anyways.
was that so embarrassing?
I don't know. That's why I'm thinking back now. I'm like, why the fuck was I embarrassed to buy
Because you see
condoms?
it like in movies and shit. And they're like, the character's embarrassed to buy rubbers. Like, why?
No shit. Like, you should go in there and be like, I need some Trojans. I'm about to fuck her.
About to take the skin boat to Tuna Town.
Because I'm fixing to fucks ya. You gonna take that dick? You gonna take that dick?
That's hilarious.
You're gonna clean the shit off that dick later.
Oh goddamn! On that
Hey,
note, man,
we didn't make that into a t-shirt. Shit, clean the shit off that dick.
Next time we come in here, there's going to be a painting on the wall.
Oh yeah. Hey, we can get Raquel to make it.
I'm gonna surprise you one day. She gonna clean the shit off that dick later. On that note, man, you got any shout outs, brother?
Yeah, I gotta shout out Jungle Jarvis, man,
Hell
like
yeah.
always. And shout out Natalie. And I'm gonna shout you out, man, because you showed up Friday night and you didn't have to.
Oh man.
After a 14-hour day and you just come to have a beer with me, that meant a lot to me, man.
Well, you said, "Hey man, I'm out at Midnight Craving," and I was kind of pissed because I had planned on going out there,
Yeah,
but I didn't plan on that storm keeping me at work for fucking forever.
yeah.
So yeah, told me that, and then I'm driving home, and I'm like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go have a beer with him." So yeah, man,
I
hell
appreciate
yeah.
I called Rios, but Rios, he was busy cooking dinner or something, so he didn't come. But yeah, I'm glad you came, man.
Yeah,
It
man.
meant a lot to me.
It was good times.
Yeah, it was, man.
And if I didn't go, I wouldn't have fucking tried the D-Lights ice cream. And if you hadn't tried it, wherever she's posted up, find it and go get some.
Yeah, it's good
especially
shit,
if
man.
you're like diabetic or low carb or on keto. That fucking ice cream is badass
The-
and it's sugar
The
free.
German chocolate is badass if she ever has that one.
She does it's seasonal thing. She does a seasonal thing. She's fixing to bring out the pumpkin shit right now, but she'll be doing the German chocolate here soon.
She needs to start promoting keto, bro, because everybody's on keto now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's,
probably put that like zero carb, low carb, or
Keto
something.
friendly.
Just put that on there. You know, it's your regular shit, but just put it on there. It's some
Well,
extra.
she's got it all
advertising.
over her trailer and shit.
that's what I'm about to say. It's all over the
Okay.
trailer, but if you like push it as keto, man, she'd be
But
selling
there's a
out
lot of people
nonstop.
that they steer away from it when they find out it's so healthy. They're like, well, I want the fucking not so healthy shit, you know.
Well, there's a lot of people that steer away from it because it's not
But
healthy.
because they think
you
it's
know
going
what
to
I mean?
taste, that thing is going to taste like shit. But you try it, and I'm like,
It's
you wouldn't even
good,
know
dude.
this shit's healthy.
It's damn good.
It's badass, man. And I get it free anytime, but I don't eat it all the time. But man, it's good, man.
It's damn good. Yeah,
She'll make me little bowls of it, and I just put in the freezer so I can have a snack once in a while.
and it's D-Lights, right?
Yeah, D-Lights Lubbock. It's
Yeah.
on Facebook.
Fuck yeah. Hit that
Instagram.
place up.
I'll give a shout out to Alex. She's been putting a lot of work in at work, and then also she got us a crib. She did it all by herself. I'm
Hell
just
yeah.
like, my baby right here.
Hell yeah.
And so we'll move in this week.
Badass,
Well,
dude.
I didn't.
Cool,
I
man.
wanted to bring that up, but I didn't know if
No.
it was public information yet. But
Are you
now-
getting out of the Arnett or no?
No, hell no, we're staying in the Arnett.
Oh, good deal.
This dude got a fucking badass crib with a pool in the
Congratulations, man.
God dang.
Badass.
Yeah. So,
That's freaking.
so
And I only found that house because it was mentioned on this podcast.
Really
yeah.
awesome, man.
Badass.
So tell people where you're registered at for the housewarming.
Costco's and Cabela's.
I was about to say Costco, man.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
And also, and I was saying this last
You're
week.
also a 2X in mortgage, right?
And a 4X in T-shirts.
There's a lot of X's on this table.
Yeah.
And no, I was mentioning last week that when you listen to JP's show, he has a lot of his old friends, our old friends, on here, and it's done two things. First, it's rekindled a lot of us that played football together.
Oh yeah, for
Right.
sure.
And we hadn't seen each other. We don't know what we were doing with, you live your life, we lived our lives, and it's brought us back kind of together.
That's priceless,
And
though.
I want more of our teammates to come on here. So if you find
Exactly.
anybody, I want them on here.
That's priceless.
So I can hear what they've
Yeah.
been doing. And then also another thing, just mentioning, like, all right, I have a business, you have a business, your wife has a business, whoever has a business, mention it a little bit. Those people are getting business.
Yeah, look how
Big-
much Rios' business has gone up, man.
and so it only happens because this thing exists.
Yeah.
So I would get to give a shout out to
People helping
JP
people.
for that.
I want to tell you, Tigre Burrito, dude, I went out there
Oh,
and San
hell
Juan was
yeah.
there and I met him and talked to him for a
Yeah.
minute. Freaking awesome dude, man.
He's a badass dude, ain't he?
And he hooked it up with the freaking badass burritos. They're freaking good, dude.
I gotta tell people, man. Like I get he's a sponsor, and like you're just pushing him because he's No,
No.
I'm pushing him because that burrito joint is the shit.
I got to get out there, man.
Yeah,
you do, man.
So
It's-
bad. I think about it all the time.
They're
It's
good,
good.
size, man, and shit. I get chorizo, bacon, potato, and egg, man, every time. It's fucking amazing.
it's good shit, man.
Yeah.
And I appreciate y'all saying these nice words, man. I really do. But y'all guys know that we would be in the backyard right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly, man.
And we talked about it on the break, but we can go to the bar, we can go to dinner, but we would never have these types of conversations
No.
like we would here on the podcast. I don't know what it is about a microphone in your face that maybe it's more intimate, that you are more open or drop your guard down just a little bit more. But I guarantee you, if we sat at a bar having drinks, we wouldn't even be talking about half the shit
No.
that we said.
Yeah, and you wouldn't be able to hear half the shit we're talking
Yeah.
about, like, because you have to sit kind of farther away from each other, and nobody's going to talk
There's
to
an
anybody.
intimacy factor here that you can feel
Yeah.
during this, and it's special, and I think that helps the everything
What-
that we do with,
what
or
I
that you
love-
do with this show.
What I love the best is I love, and I don't even know my numbers. I really don't. I don't know if I'm got good numbers or bad numbers. But what I do know is that the people that do listen, like, they reach out and
Yeah.
they say, "Hey, this episode or this episode." But what I fucking love the most is like people that are like, I have no idea who they are, but they're like, "I want to be on your podcast with Eric. I want to be on your podcast with Thomas." And I'm just
we're
like,
characters now.
and
man.
I'm just like,
Celebrities,
that's so
local
fucking
celebrities.
cool,
That's what
man.
That's what I told Natalie on Friday night. I said, I want to come out there, and I said, I'm going to have beer, and I said, I want to be taking selfies and signing autographs. She's like, why? And I said, she goes, you think you're famous? I said, I've been on the JP Lopez podcast, man. Hell yeah,
Of course
I'm famous.
I'm a Lubbock celebrity, dude.
Hey, you need to get a midget on here.
God damn, you're gonna get me canceled. You're not supposed to say the M word.
Yeah, they're
Little
called
person.
dwarfs or something.
The only M word we're allowed to say is mustarded.
Mustarded.
Dave, you got any shout outs, brother?
Yeah, man, I do. I want to shout out the Lubbock Sliders baseball organization.
Hell yeah.
That's a team my boys play for, and I coach for, and we are about developing and raising young men, turning them into young men, not just playing baseball and winning championships. It's about more than that.
Baseball's number 2.
Yeah.
And you see it out there with those boys, man.
We have the best group of families that are in this organization, and man, it's a blessing to be a part of, a blessing for my boys to be a part of.
You know what's gonna be badass though, is when your boys are like 30 years old, they're gonna have some friendships that are like,
yeah,
like
and man, they are. And I
friendships.
say they're building friendships for a lifetime.
yeah, yeah.
And that's the thing, man. Like, that was the whole point of this organization, because it was a thing before I ever got involved. And then I got involved, and we just grown that. Like, our goal is to not produce baseball players. Our goal is to produce fine young men that play baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're doing here. Proud to be a part of it, man. My boys love it. I love every second I'm out there with them. Wouldn't change it for the world.
That's so badass, dude.
What's cool about it too is they get brought back together with a lot of friends they went to school with they hadn't seen in a couple of years, and they're just like they just hit it right off like they never missed a beat. Kind of like what we've done with this podcast.
Exactly, dude. That's what I was about to say.
And on that note, like, I want to shout out the JP Lopez show too, because with the platform that you've built here, man, like, and I don't know, you may not see it. We may not see it, but people somewhere, somebody sees it. Like, you're changing and helping people in ways that you may not realize. Even if it's for an hour and a half a week, somebody can get on here and laugh and relate to the stories we're telling. And we don't know what somebody's going through,
Yeah.
but if just that small time frame can put a smile on somebody's face and make them laugh, they may be going through some really hard times. You know, you're doing great, man. I'm proud of you.
I appreciate that, man. I really do. But I want to take that opportunity to tell people that each and every day, just inspire happiness, man.
Yeah.
Always positive.
Like the positive feelings, the positive like effect can like radiate through anyone and just roll over onto the next person, man. And that's what I like to do. I really like to inspire happiness, man.
Dude, and you see it. Like, I watched your solo show that a couple weeks ago that you did, talking about that, man, and it's just, I mean, we need more of that.
Yeah, we definitely do.
It's beginning to get few and far between, and like, we have a saying at the fire station all the time. It's like, just have a positive mental attitude, no matter what. I mean, no matter how bad the shit sandwich tastes. Just
Be thankful you're eating.
yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of firemen that'll find out he's on here, and they'll be listening.
It's like,
If some of the wrong ones hear about it.
I don't care where that shit's at. Lick it off.
We're never going to forget that one.
But
man.
yeah, man,
I appreciate that.
you're
man.
doing
I
great
really
things
do.
here.
I want to take this time to just really acknowledge the fact that Eric is going to be a first-time homeowner, right?
That's a big thing, man. It's
and
That is
that's
awesome for you, man.
The
That's-
most
I'm happy for
baller
you.
shit, in my opinion.
Dude.
Like, that's your throne. That's
well,
your that's your castle.
like, you hear that's the biggest investment you'll make in your life is buying a
Yeah.
home. And when you get to do that, like, it's a proud moment. You should be proud, man.
But what I want to get at is, like, regardless of whatever age you are in life, when you buy that home, that's the most baller shit.
Yeah.
I don't care if you think that you should have bought it 20 years ago. You got it now, or you're getting it now. And, dude, that's so badass. I'm so
Yeah.
happy for you
Shout
and your
out to
wife,
you,
bro.
brother.
I really am.
Appreciate it.
I can't express how happy I am for y'all two, man, because that's fucking badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's happening?
It's awesome.
And it wasn't because y'all had kids and y'all needed a place, or, you know what I mean? It was on y'all's terms, on y'all's time. It's badass, man. It really is.
Yeah. And we've done a whole bunch of stuff. Probably spent money on what we could have bought a house a long time ago. But my goal in life, you're a little kid and you sit there and you're watching Michael Jordan, you're watching Troy Aikman, you're watching whoever, and you're like, I wish I could be there. Well, my goal in life was to be there.
Yeah, man.
And so I've been there. I've been to the World Series. I've been to the NBA Finals. I've been to a whole bunch of shit. I've gone to Notre Dame. I've seen Texas Tech beat UT in Austin. I've done a whole bunch of shit. I've seen Canelo fight, and that's what my number one goal in life was. until I've seen it, until I've done it, and I was like, well, now it's time to.
People
settle
don't
down.
understand how much of a die-hard sports fan we grew up as. Because people would think that's dumb. You wanted to be at sporting events. But when it's your fucking life for all your childhood and all your young adult life, fuck, that's what you strive to do.
Sometimes it's all you got, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, I
some
remember
kids, it's all they
thinking
got.
when I was a kid, like seeing it on TV, I was like, it's not real.
It's impossible
It's
to be
not
there.
real.
Yeah.
And then you go see it in person and you're just
In awe.
mesmerized.
And you're catching foul balls. Players are throwing you balls.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
It's pretty badass.
Yeah, it's so badass, man. But yeah, also shout out to the Martinez family. Shout out to Domingo, Melissa. Shout out to the Manzanares. Shout out to the Treviños. Shout out to the Pugas. Chris Martinez. Shout out to the Signs.
Yeah.
I mean, every one of. Shout out to the Houses. Like, I can't thank y'all enough, man. I mean, y'all share my shit, and you guys, like, I just can't thank y'all enough, man.
Dude, Wednesdays, when I get off work, I save it for when I get off work so I can watch it on YouTube. I look forward to that every week.
And every time I have like 30 people to shout out, and I always go brain dead when it comes to
Always,
this time.
right.
Shout out to the Bubba and Breeze, man. Just shout out to the name that you're gonna start hearing in the future all over the news, man. Jordan Revilla. That kid is amazing, dude. That kid is a 9th grader on the JV football team in Shallow Water, which he's possibly going to be a starter next year for the varsity. But
He
that
probably
that
should
kid
be up
just
there right now.
that kid
Yeah.
just eats touchdowns, man.
Wow.
And
Hell
his football IQ is like I've never seen a 9th grader with that type of football IQ.
Yeah.
Like sits back in the running position and waits for the hole to open, or follows the block. Like,
And then he takes off. He either outruns you, jukes you, stiff arm you, or puts a shoulder in you on every single snap. The kid, everybody's kid is badass, right? I go there and I was like, oh shit, this fucking kid is like special badass. And
That's cool.
And so no, I'm proud of him too.
and Eric trains him now. So
Really?
yeah, he's sky's the limit for this kid, man.
What was his name again?
Jordan Rivia.
Okay.
And he's got my grandpa's name, man. So
Does he?
I'm all for that,
you
man.
go.
When he scores touchdowns, he scores a touchdown, and he gives it to the referee with a straight face, and he turns around and either walks to get another 2-point conversion or goes to the sideline.
Yeah, act like
It's
you've
the
done
way
it
it's
100
supposed
times,
to be,
man.
man.
Yeah.
And I was like, this motherfucker scores touchdowns like he's been there before.
Hell yeah.
That's badass. I'm going to look for him then.
But yeah, and to all you listeners, man, I appreciate you. I want to shout out Josie Solis, and I don't want to fuck this name up, man, but Harvey Quiros. And if I fucked up your last name, I'm sorry, man. But you made a lasting impression on me, man, and appreciate you. But once again, shout out to sponsors. Tigre Burrito, baby.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And DJ Kipo, the official DJ of
Hey,
the
and
JP
that
Lopez
fucking
Show.
hot sauce he's got out there, we'll burn your ass. He mixed mine up. I said, give me one of the regular and one of the hot. And he said, all right, I'll mark the hot one. He marked the regular. And I would start with the freaking hot. And I was like, holy shit. But it was awesome. I finished it off.
Clear that asshole, huh?
Yeah, that Clorox wipes for it, man.
Wiping the snow cones.
Hey, there was no shit to lick off of it.
Clean as a whistle.
That shit's
jalapeno
poppers.
poppers. Yeah, but shout out Topher and Eddie. I didn't forget you. And shout out to Artisans and Co. But if you guys can rate and review, subscribe, and like, man. Till next time, read some books.
Oh, it's you again. This episode is brought to you by Patriot Paint and Construction. They specialize in commercial and residential. They also specialize in drywall and paint. No job is too big or too small for them. Hit them up at 806-544-7199. This episode is brought to you by Artisan & Co.
Artisan & Co. is a vendor market with a variety of vendor booths to cater to all your gift-giving needs. Artisan & Co. is also doing monthly events such as Wind Down Wednesdays and Tejano Thursdays for all your sips and shop needs. Located at 2535 34th Street, Artisan & Co. is also open from Tuesday through Sunday. Follow them on social media on Facebook and Instagram at Artisan & Co.